aspirants, I welcome you all on the YouTube channel of ANALYST IAS. Our today's topic for topic Decodified discussion is the global sea level rise and implications. This is the report of World Meteorological Organization, so certain data can be important. We will see why news, highlights of the report, impact on India, then reason for sea level rise, what are the consequences of the sea level rise, then what is World Meteorological Organization. After that, we will come to our today's prelims practice question and the mains practice question as usual. So we'll start with the topic why and news. According to World Meteorological Organization's report, global sea level rise and implications, India, China, Bangladesh and Netherlands faces the highest threat of sea level rise globally. Now, highlights of the report. The report stated that several big cities in all the continents are threatened by a rise in the sea level. These include Shanghai, Dhaka, Bangkok, Jakarta, Mumbai, Maputo, Lagos, and rest others. You can read the names from here. It is a major economic, social, and humanitarian challenge. Sea level rise threatens coastal farmlands and water reserves and resilience of infrastructures as well as of human lives and livelihoods, the report noted. While sea level rise is not globally uniform and varies regionally, continued and accelerating sea level rise will encroach on coastal settlements and infrastructure and commit low-lying coastal ecosystems to submergence and loss, according to the report. Even if global heating is limited to 1.5 degrees Celsius over pre-industrial levels, there will still be a sizable sea level rise. But every fraction of a degree counts. If temperature rises by 2 degrees Celsius, that the sea level rise can double with further temperature increases, bringing the exponential sea level increase. Now, here you can see in the diagram, this is the 2010 floodplain and this would be the 2050 floodplain, and later on up to 2100 it will reach the major cities of the world. Now, what are the impacts? At sustained warming levels between 2 to 3 degrees Celsius, the Greenland and West Antarctic ice sheets will be almost completely and irreversibly lost. You would not be able to reverse them. Multiple millennia causing potentially multi-meter sea level rise. Sea level rise will bring cascading and compounding impacts, resulting in losses of coastal ecosystems and ecosystem services, groundwater salinization, flooding, and drainage to coastal infrastructure that cascade into risks to livelihoods, settlements, and health. Now, these are the impacts on India. So, in Mumbai, around 998 buildings and 24 kilometers of road length will be affected by the potential sea level rise by 2050. This is according to the report. Chennai, road length of 5 km and 55 buildings are at the risk. In Kochi, around 464 are likely to be impacted by 2050, with the number rising to around 1500 around buildings during the high tide. Then Thiruvananthapuram, due to the sea level rise by 250, sea level rise with high tide. So basically this much buildings would be impacted. Then Visakhapatnam, around 206 buildings and 9 km of road overall will be impacted by 2050. So these are the major impacts by 2050 on the Indian cities, major cities. Here you can see what will be the effect of the rise in the sea level if the sea level rises by 8 meter by 20 meter. If it rises by 20 meter, then you can see that the major cities of the world would be lost. And here if it rises by 80 meter, you can see here the map of the world. This will look like this. From this it will go to here. So it is a very big challenge in front of all the humanity. Now, what are the reasons? There are three primary reasons. First is the thermal expansion, then there is melting of the glaciers, then there is loss of Greenland and Antarctica's ice. So reasons are, when water heats up, it expands. About half of the sea level rise over the past 25 years is attributable to warmer oceans simply occupying more space. Melting glaciers, large ice formations such as mountain glaciers naturally melt at a bit each summer. In the winter, snows primarily from evaporated seawater are generally sufficient to balance out the melting, but this is not happening right now. Now, loss of Greenland and Antarctica's ice sheets. As with mountain glaciers, increased heat is causing the massive ice sheets that cover Greenland and Antarctica to melt more quickly. Scientists also believe that meltwater from above and seawater from below is seeping beneath the Greenland's ice sheets, effectively lubricating ice streams and causing them to move more quickly into the sea. While melting in West Antarctica has drawn considerable focus from scientists, especially with the 2017 break in the Larsen Sea ice shelf, glaciers in the East Antarctica are also showing many signs of destabilization. Now, what will be the consequences of sea level rise? So, there are some common consequences, like there would be devastating effects on coastal habitats farther inland. For example, many villages of Kerala have been drowned due to this. This will create unemployment and many other kind of different problems. Then destructive erosion, wetland flooding, threatens infrastructure necessary for the local jobs and regional industries, aquifer and agricultural soil contamination with the salt. Then there is threatening farmland, housing or recreation areas, loss of habitat for fish, plants, animals and humans as well. What is World Meteorological Organization? The WMO is an intergovernmental organization with membership of 192 member states and territories. India is a member of WMO. It originated from the International Meteorological Organization, which was established after 1873 Vienna International Meteorological Congress. Established by ratification of WMO Convention on 23rd March 1950, WMO became the specialized agency of United Nations for meteorology, weather climate, operational hydrology and related geophysical sciences. WMO is headquartered in Geneva, Switzerland. Now, here is how the cities would be affected. So these regions which are near the sea, these would be affected a lot. Now, this is according to the IPCC 6th assessment report which came last year, I guess. Now, we will come to our today's prelims practice question, that consider the following statements with regard to ecological succession. First, ecological succession is the process of change in a species structure of an ecological community over time. Second, ecological succession leads to a stable, self-perpetuating community called the serial stage. Third, secondary succession is faster than primary succession. Which of the following statements are true? You can try to answer it and try to type the answer in the comment section given below. There we will let you know if it's correct or not. Then we have our today's mains practice question, that climate change is a global problem. How India will be affected by climate change? How Himalayan and coastal states of India will be affected by the climate change? This question came in the year 2017. This was all about today's video. Thank you. Have a nice day and stay tuned for the next topic.